Good evening. Welcome to Soundtracks with Birdman. Sorry for the late start. I'm having issues with my tablet not wanting to work on the internet and sending links to Chris P to join us. Tonight, Omen 3, which I was sure I had scheduled a week or so ago, and then I went to log in tonight and it was nowhere to be found on my StreamYard. So if I didn't post it, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure I did, but maybe I didn't. Life has been crazy. Anyway, the Omen curse, right, Boomer?
Omen curse? Was the Omen curse in effect on this movie? Did you do any research and find
I,
anything
I,
out?
didn't, I, didn't, I didn't read anything hanky about it.
Or did the devil just say, I don't care enough? No, I'm sorry.
Maybe he saw what Siskel and Ebert thought, which was it's just time to end this.
Maybe the movie was punished. Maybe the movie was cursed enough that you had to view it. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm being mean with the final conflict. We love the final conflict here.
This Omen Month was your idea. Bear that in mind.
Omen Month was my idea because you wanted to do the remake in addition to the original. And I felt,
Sure.
well, I actually like part 2. And like, we're going to do that. Might as well do the third one. And you like the score to this one, don't you?
It Ryan Johnson to me when I first listened to it.
What?
It Ryan Johnson to me when I first listened to it.
Does that mean you hate the score?
No. It defied my expectations. It was not what I was expecting.
So it's instead of subverting your expectations.
Sure. What about you, Chris P? What are your thoughts?
After listening to, from what I heard in the movie, some of it was very Star Trek-esque in a few months here or there. There were. I mean, I was listening to it, I was like, this is Star Trek right here we're listening to. And I was like, and then I looked it up and it was like, oh, Jerry Goldsmith, and that's why.
What did you think about the movie, though? Did you like the movie?
The movie, I had seen, like last week, I remember seeing parts of it as a kid growing up. And it makes more sense now. I mean, it was okay. I mean, it wasn't bad, wasn't the best, but I mean, it ended the trilogy. Of course, they have a part 4 now, I think.
Yeah, the part 4 I haven't watched yet. That is a made-for-TV movie.
Canada.
We'll be doing 3 rewatches of that one, okay? Because from what I hear, you have to actually watch it 3 times to, get the full effect. Right, Birdman.
It's like saying Biggie Smalls in the mirror 3 times, and he'll magically appear.
Biggie Smalls.
Yeah.
Who's releasing the Legend score?
Entrada.
Okay, not La La Land. All right.
Yeah, Entrada. I'm serious. I think it's going to sell out before
All right, I'll look into it.
And
Legend's a weird movie though, dude. But
I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
Never seen it. No. It's got what's his name? Tom Cruise is in it.
Ridley Scott directed it, so I should watch it.
Yeah, but here's the deal with Ridley Scott. Some stuff he does is really cool. Some stuff. Ooh, what's this one? We got a soundtrack coming out. What's coming soon from Entrada? We got Legend. Mm-hmm. We got the Navigator.
There's an old McCormick score coming out, like Cat with 9 Tails or
Cat of 9 Tails. I have that
one.
Okay,
that one. Okay.
Actually, I don't have the whole thing though. I have like the Eat Records. Oh, The Cold Eyes of Fear. Ooh, I may have to look into some of these. Due out in November, huh? Okay, thank you. Okay.
You can order it now. They'll ship it when it comes in.
And I like the... Dude, there are a lot of these coming out. Why can't you show this to me?
I was trying to help you out, my friend.
Why? Oh, my goodness. The Tamarino Seed. Okay. The Zero Boys soundtrack coming out. Okay. All right, I'll be looking at this later. Anyway, Zero Boys is a really cool horror movie. You know why? Starts out with a bunch of. It starts well. It's interesting. Okay, you have a bunch of. It starts out and it's like it's reminding me of Red Dawn and like this post-apocalyptic and you see these guys in like Rambo outfits and they're shooting other guys and it turns out it's a paintball range. Okay. And these guys are like the expert paintballers. They're called the Zero Boys, and then they go for a trip with their girlfriends to a cabin into the woods, and then they find an abandoned cabin in the woods. And then there are real slashers out there. But here's what makes it different from your typical slasher movie. These guys actually have real ammunition and like real guns that have been modified. You understand? So like semi-automatics, I think have been modified.
Yeah.
Basically, they're going up against these horrible killer guys, but they're also experts, even though they've only really done paintball. So it's kind of interesting. It's almost like the scales are even. So anyway.
Interesting.
Okay. It's an interesting little slice of 80s. It's like a slasher movie, but not typical because these guys actually kind of know what they're doing. Okay. It's not like the typical dumb teenagers where they're like, walking into the basement, just the usual thing. All right. So you like the score to this movie, Daniel?
I did. First time I listened to it, I almost thought I had like the wrong CD in because it's not the Ave Santa is not in it, and I'm like,
it almost feels like a biblical movie.
It does. I'm like, I feel
mean,
like this is like I should be looking at St. Peter's Cathedral or something right now. When's Satan going to show up to the show?
Yeah, I think that's sort of how I felt about this movie. I'm expecting, like, isn't the devil supposed to show up at some point? I mean, we got Damien. I guess he's sort of the devil's son. I don't know. Just
Son of a jackal.
Yeah, I know. He mentions that again. Every time that's said, it becomes less believable to me, but what do I know? Okay. But you got your own copy, Chris P? You ready to go? Okay.
Oh, and Boomer, did you see they brought back the Rottweilers?
They did. You know why? Because they said it's like with the sequel trilogy, Star Wars. It's like let's make a bigger Death Star. We'll have bigger Rottweilers in this one. That'll be that. That was the thought. Okay.
To me, like gorillas or something in the third one.
I said it should have been gorillas.
Okay.
It should just get like a worse animal with each one. Okay, like have like panthers and werewolf and not werewolves. Well, maybe werewolves by the final one. Hey, all bets are off. Werewolves.
Werewolves.
Well, why not? We have the son of the devil. But we can't have werewolves. That's just that goes beyond my suspension of disbelief. Okay, when you have to bring werewolves into it. Come on.
Welcome Zootopia to the chat. How are you, sir? Thank you for coming by. As I was mentioning earlier, I was pretty sure I had this posted like a week ago, but I went tonight to log into StreamYard and it wasn't showing up. So either the Omen curse caught up with us, or I just thought I did it and I didn't do it, one or the other. So, but thank you for coming.
Man, why are you doing this to me, Dan? You're gonna make me broke. I'm looking at these Giallo soundtracks coming out. It is a Cat O' Nine Tails soundtrack coming out.
I've spent more on music this year than I have in probably the past two.
Combined. Okay, all right. And Legends, of course, too.
So.
Oh, if they could have on CD the score to Eye in the Labyrinth, I would be a very happy man. It's on vinyl. There might be a version of it on vinyl though, but I don't think it's ever been released anywhere else.
Do you not have a record player?
I have a record player.
Oh, you did.
I do have a record player.
I hope so, because your Christmas is record player related.
Okay, that's cool. All right.
I don't know. I would hope they'd still be available.
Records. All right. So we excited for Damien Omen 3. I'm sorry. No. Final Conflict Omen 3, also known as just the Final Conflict, because they can't get their crap together. It's late. Everyone's tired. You want to get the movie started, Daniel?
Yeah. Y'all ready?
All right. You ready, Chris P?
Yeah.
You're going to do a 3, 2, 1, Daniel?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Play?
I'm playing this through my Xbox. Oh, crap. Did I put the subtitles on? Let me see. Oh, I did. Okay. 20th Century Fox logo. We love it, right? We miss it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
The drill thing threw me off at the start. I'm like,
I don't know what's going on. You have to understand something, too. I want to like this movie. I think if they had played it a little differently and just said, let's not, well, I'm not going to use that expression on this show. It's family hour. But I'm just saying, don't spill the whole can of beans. Okay, like do 2 more movies after this. This can be another story in Damien's Rides to Power, and they're already setting it up, and it makes sense. You could do like 2 more, and then like have the final one be like full on Armageddon. Okay, but no, we got to wrap it up. We're like George. It's everything has to be a trilogy because George Lucas said so. And don't tell me that Tolkien said so, because Lord of the Rings was supposed to be 1 volume. That wasn't his fault. That was the
Now,
publisher. Yes.
The budget for this was between $5 and $6 million, and the box office was $20.4 million. It made money.
Yeah, it made money, and then we got some made-for-TV movie, which I haven't watched yet. Where, well, what if the Antichrist is a little girl, or I don't know what they're doing. It's stupid. Okay, does this like happen every few years? Like every couple hundred years, the devil tries it each time and it fails each time, and then we got to try it all over again, and it's
Probably
all in
so.
secret because it's not like he really had much impact on world affairs. They were building things up so perfectly here. This is why I'm bothered. Okay, so we have the 7 blades of Megiddo, and you would have thought that Damien would have gathered these up and stuck them in Fort Knox somewhere, you know?
I would have thrown them into the Mountain of Doom's fires.
No, it's not going to work. You gotta put him in a secure place. He's friends with the president. He can get them deposited somewhere. Why am I on his side? He's the Antichrist. He's bad. You're bad. Okay, that's what I would tell him. Oh wow, these daggers are so what is he going to send them to the Vatican? Is that what's going on here? I don't know what he's doing. I wonder how much those cost.
Doesn't this music feel too religious for this movie?
All the music, it's and that's fine for like when Jesus is supposed to show up, but I mean now we're in sinister times. Okay, this is
sounds like musically you're being told at the start of the movie Damien's going to lose.
Yeah, basically it's the final conflict.
And after 3 films, isn't he kind of like the star of the film? I mean, shouldn't you be rooting for him?
Well, that's what's a little disturbing. You shouldn't be rooting for him because he's bad. You're bad, okay? But
And Lionel Newman had conducting duties on this one, as he did on the previous 2.
This is some top notch people doing the score. I'm not knocking the score at all. It's a great score.
I can't find a reason why Goldsmith didn't do the conducting assignments for any of these. So
I don't know. Maybe he was busy composing another score. You say he's always
working.
Yeah,
he's always working.
I
think his busiest year was like 7 or 8 films. I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah, right here. Yeah, this part right here reminded me of a little bit of Star Trek.
Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking I have to order some of these scores now. Thank you, Daniel. Okay.
You can do PayPal Pay in 4 if you like.
I'm a big fan of these 70s Italian scores. They're very jazzy. They're very chaotic. I like them a lot. Okay, so from the devastation dawned. Okay, yeah, I agree. I have to agree. What is this? What am I looking at here? Is this a Walt Disney? Didn't Walt Disney used to do those nature videos? That's what this is reminding me of. Okay. If you're lucky, you'll get a film strip like this in science class, like toward the end of year in grammar school, right? It's like,
Yeah, I remember those grainy films we used to watch.
Some call it the Great Recession. You know what was interesting? There was an interview with the director on the Blu-ray of this, and he's going about how he's introducing the future world and how everything's chaotic and fractured, and society's fractured. He's saying, but he made the movie in 1980 or 81. That wasn't the world then. He argued that's the world now. Okay, but all the chaos and stuff going on. But okay, now I really like Sam Neill cast as adult Damien. This is one thing this movie does very well. What do we think?
I think he had parts where I was like, yeah, but for most of the film, I was like, eh.
Why? You don't like Sam Neill as
no,
adult
I
Damien?
Sam
He
Neill's
has
fun.
to be charming. He has to be charming. and he has to kind of give off the evil vibe too when it counts. Okay, but
there's only like maybe like 2, maybe 3 times in this film where I'm like, dude, you're just like evil. Like when he tells this little guy in the glasses, like Abraham was going to sacrifice his son, go home and do it, or else. I'm like, dude, that's cold.
Yep.
I kept thinking this guy had a yarmulke on the back of his head when I'm watching this for the first time. He doesn't, though. But I thought.
But see, okay, I had problems with the other film because things just happened and it's not really explained. Like this guy right here, where does he come from? How does he know Damien's the Antichrist? Why is he cool with it?
This is another problem. We have Damien. We have Damien Omen 2. We introduced 2. This should have been Lance Henriksen. Okay.
Yeah.
This should have been Lance Henriksen or the other guy, the guy with the
the Afro dude, the white Afro dude.
Well, the Mr. Brady haircut, and it could have been, and it could have been him, and he would have had a new hairstyle. And it should have been him, but no, it said it's this guy. I don't know what happened to those guys. Did like Damien get angry at them at some point and just, I don't know, cut, have a sheet of glass like lop their head off or something. I don't know. This is.
Well, Damien's not above killing his own people if it suits his purposes. He's done that in the previous 2 movies.
He isn't. I know.
Well, like, okay, Chris P., you go to work tomorrow. Your supervisor calls in the office, and he whips out the Bible, and he starts reading you Revelation, and he's like, I am the Antichrist, and I'm going to, and I want what you'd be like,
Okay, he's like, this took a hard left turn in the last few seconds.
Yeah, cool. I forgot to tell you, I have cancer, and I got like a week to live, so I got to quit. Bye.
I just be like, I think I left the stove on. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
It's like, it was only the beast shall be destroyed. And this is another thing, too. I've heard I guess the quote-unquote unholy trilogy was supposed to be the beast, the Antichrist, and the false prophet. And this that conflates the beast with the Antichrist, and the devil is the third one. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a theologian, but this is... But again, we're in England again, right?
We are. And here's just a random guy walking through the park who turns out to be the American ambassador.
He's the American ambassador to Great Britain.
I saw the guy with the chainsaw over there. I'm like, oh, I know what's going to happen. That chain's going to fly off and like cut the guy's throat. But no, that didn't happen.
No, instead it's another. He's got a pipe. See, he looks British to me. He looks British to me. He's got the pie. I something about this guy, man, screams British, and why would you hire a Brit to be the American ambassador to England? That's what I would say. Okay, am I wrong here? I guess Americans smoke pipes on occasion too. I guess Lincoln did, didn't he? Never mind. Okay.
Hello, Big Al. Welcome to the show. How are you tonight?
Yeah, Big Al in the chat. Hello, Big Al.
This is another.
Boomer and I were discussing the Christmas lineup this year, and we've got a film that I know you're going to love. It's probably your 3rd favorite Christmas movie, Rambo: First Blood, Part 1. And I want to invite you on, in the spirit of Christmas and friendship and Christmas movies, to watch that film with us. Let me know in the chat below or send me a message.
Yep,
and we disappeared.
Yeah, they brought the Rottweilers back, and apparently they can hypnotize people now.
And I thought, well, he's going to get hit by a car. But no.
Close.
which would have made sense, would that not?
Yeah.
Because this thing with the shotgun, I still don't understand exactly how all that happened.
Hi. I clicked off of YouTube. I thought I was clicking off of YouTube. Hello?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry. No, I clicked off of YouTube, and I thought I clicked off of YouTube. I clicked off of StreamYard because I'm like the Three Stooges assassins in this movie, okay, or the Nine Stooges, whatever they are, the priests that are sent to take care of Damien, and they keep failing miserably. Okay,
Yeah.
in a little bit. Okay, this movie's like we have this long, extended scene of the American ambassador self-deleting himself in a gory fashion. I don't know why are we wasting time with this nonsense. Okay, we're supposed to be at Armageddon now. Okay, I'm wanting like nukes flying all over the place. You know, I and you know like the Antichrist on like this giant like mechanical monstrosity tank. I'm not seeing that here. I'm seeing
this is a complicated setup for a kill that could have been done so much
like
quicker.
maybe he gets hit by a car. Maybe he gets hit by a car on the way back to the office. There, done. Instead, we have to have none of this makes any sense. Okay.
And kids at home, that's a typewriter ribbon. For those of you who don't know.
Yeah, remember those?
What's going on in there? Secretary's kind of, well, sort of something. I don't know. Anyway, I didn't get a good look at her. I think she screams a little bit, right? Okay. Hi, he keeps a what in his drawer?
Like a shotgun?
Was he thinking of this? Maybe he was already thinking of this.
The pistol? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know.
In the desk drawer. I keep them in the side drawer, but that's just me.
It just strikes me as an awfully complicated. What's he looking at there in the picture?
I guess his wife, or
he's got this doesn't
wife,
make
family, maybe. Yeah.
This is
last look.
Dumb. This is just dumb.
It does give us a nice musical cue where the chorus tension just builds and builds. But you're right, the scene just doesn't seem to make a lot of sense.
I don't know. They needed to crank these movies out, and they took their time.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's a 45. Yeah.
Is that Baruch Salt as the secretary? I always thought that for a minute. Just okay. I don't need to see this.
And this shot of the White House is reused from Superman 2.
Oh, that's funny. We got to do a rewatch of Superman 2 to hear the non-John Williams score. Anyway, all right, we got Damien, and who's he with? The President of the United States. All this is fine as a middle of the series movie where he's talking about running for the Senate because he wants to become president of the United States and president of the European Union and run for both elections at the same time. And I'll just be president of the world. Okay, that's where we're headed. I understand this. We don't get there. So they're talking.
Hello, Melissa Harris. Thanks for coming by. Hope you're doing well tonight. Yeah, I feel like they're setting something up with this terrorist group that goes nowhere.
Well,
Damien
you're right.
And Damien needs to be in charge of this youth World Council group. That goes nowhere. He needs to be ambassador to Great Britain, which kind of goes somewhere, but kind of doesn't go anywhere.
I almost feel like this was started as a third movie without not the last movie, and then someone told the screenwriter, "Wrap it up, just wrap it up." It's a trilogy, okay? They don't want to do a we're not going to call it a Damien's Ascent. We're going to call it the Final Conflict. I mean, I don't know what the. That president doesn't look so presidential. Damien looks more presidential there. I don't like his tie, that president's tie. What is it, gold with polka dots or something? I don't.
Yeah, I think he's maybe supposed to be like Jimmy Carter.
You know what would have been funny if it had been E.G. Marshall? Like from Superman 2. Oh, you could do a crossover. No, we can't go there. Superman versus Damien. Come on. I suspect you're susceptible to magic, aren't you, son of Jor-El? It's like, come on. You know that's the thing, right? Daniel, that Superman is susceptible to magic.
I hear that. I'm not a
That
big Superman fan. So.
Oh, of course. Yeah, what?
I'm a Marvel, not a DC.
Oh, for the love of. See, I'm a DC guy. How we've been doing this for over a year and I haven't known this about you.
Okay.
Okay, whatever.
I think I've mentioned this before.
I'm gonna have something to say about the more. Okay, on DC, you know. Okay, I'll leave it alone. We're not gonna get into a fight tonight. You're not gonna like some things I would have to say about Spider-Man. Okay, I'm just saying that right now.
Oh, really? Let's see. I can return.
I'm just saying. You know, he did get his Uncle Ben killed, but you know, other than that, he's a swell guy. I'm sorry, I didn't say that out loud. Okay.
Superman allowed his dad to get sucked up by a tornado.
We don't count that. Thank you, Snyder. They've ruined. We're not talking about this. Let's focus on the movie, guys. Come on. Okay. Yeah, I want to be president of the United Nations Youth Council. That's a real thing, right?
Why?
Does anybody have you heard of this? The United Nations Youth Council. Have you heard of this?
No.
Is this a thing?
Mm-mm.
The UN doesn't care about young people. Okay. What? What? I was a Gen Xer. I can tell you, no one in any amount of power cared about Gen X. It was like, please go away. That was the response. Okay, I think you know this. I think probably Crispy does too. There's no youth council. There's no. Where do I know that actor from?
Which one?
British actor. The British actor, the scientist guy. We have all this stuff with the telescopes too. I guess the 3 stars are aligning, turning into the Star of Bethlehem, I guess.
Yep.
And the Christ child is going to be born again. Is that what there were? I have no idea what this is. So now there's hope. And it's like, the movie's already over. Okay. He's not going to win. Okay. You know, I mean, we kind of know that already, but at least in the first 2 movies, you're not at this point yet. Do you understand? You're not at the hopeful point yet. I mean, you're at all horrible stuff is happening and no one can stop them. Okay. You know, do you like the music in this part, Daniel?
It's okay.
See, this movie makes people want to throw out Omen 2 because it's like, this is where I was at. I'll just stick with one movie. One movie's fine and self-contained.
You know, Richard Donner did come back as executive producer.
Was he not executive producer on Damien?
I don't think so.
Look at this. He just got a paycheck. That's probably allowed him to start using the Rottweilers again. Okay, there was a clause you can't use the Rottweilers again in an Omen movie unless Donner is around. So they had to go with the Crows or the Ravens or whatever they were, right? You know, love that fancy electric typewriter computer, whatever that is. Do you used to have the old word processors on the like Commodore 64? Daniel,
I never had a Commodore 64.
You never had a Commodore 64. Oh. That was the computer all the kids bugged their parents to buy them because they wanted to play computer games on it.
Yeah.
And it's for school. Computers are the future, Mom. You know? All right, so
these priests are not very good assassins.
You know what kills me? I'm watching this, and this reminds me of what was that Spielberg movie about? Was it early Mossad? What was that?
Munich.
Yeah, this almost reminded me of Munich with the different, them all coming together. We're gonna, take
they were
out
good assassins.
Yeah, that's my point. I was expecting that to be like this. No, that's not. No. Maybe they should have. I'm just saying this is not. I appreciate all this, but I have to imagine in the entire body of the church there had to have been some priests that had military experience before taking the
what
call,
about the
right?
Swiss Guard? How about
the Swiss Guard or something?
I mean, Swiss Guard.
Or just hire some mercenaries. Okay, I just. See, they keep saying destroy thy child of light. Oh, okay. Just
Yep, 7 right there.
yeah, the seven daggers of Megiddo. Is that what they called it?
Yep.
I don't know. This is from the first movie again. They keep trying this and they keep failing. Okay.
Well, third time's a charm.
Just nuke London. He's in London. He ain't gonna survive that. Come on. Actually, you can at least catch him while he's winded, okay, and go in there and just stab him then, okay. Again, I'm expecting. This is not what I'm expecting in the final conflict. I'm expecting World War III, and I'm not getting it. I'm seeing the Great Recession, and that's bad. I'm sure the housing prices are out of whack. But I'm not seeing.
Not in Florida.
Yeah, not in Florida. Anyway, the dude in the beard, I expected him to do some damage, and he totally failed.
Yep.
All of them are bad. This is just. It's like Keystone Cops. I don't like this.
It's like we're like 22 minutes into the film, and there really hasn't been a whole lot of Damien.
There hasn't been anything. Okay, that's what I don't like about this movie. It's we don't know how to end this trilogy, and maybe that's maybe you don't end it with maybe you just end it with him as final ascent to power. And then it's up to us to speculate what happens next. You do it that way, or if you're going to do the big final conflict, it's got to be the final conflict. It's got to be like the war to end all wars, stuff like that. I'm sure that's how the Left Behind books ended. It was probably something like that, or I don't know. There's probably a big conflict. I'm not. Okay, so we got Pleasant. We got a love interest for Damien. I'm not. This is like the Lana Lang Clark Kent romance from Superman 3, right? Is that what I'm getting? She's a reporter. Well, actually, I guess in this case, she's a reporter, so she's more like Lois Lane, right? Harvey Dean.
Buy that Damien would be all that interested in her?
You don't like her, huh?
If I was Antichrist, I think I could find someone more Reese Witherspoon and less Barbara Walters.
Well, I think Barbara Walters, when she was younger, was still better looking than what we knew her as.
Reese
I'm just saying. No, never mind. Barbara Walters. Do I understand why the Antichrist why Damien doesn't have a harem at his beck and call? I don't understand a lot of this movie, okay?
You know the movie with Arnold where he was the cop or the security guard guy and he was fighting the devil.
In the days.
Yeah. Like the devil dude in that movie, like everywhere he walked, he just got women. He just looked at them. They're all like, "Oh, I know," you know.
Yeah, Gabriel Byrne. That wasn't the I think that was just the devil possessing somebody, and he wanted to. And
he wasn't born of a jackal, is what you're telling me.
No, he wasn't, because he was just a regular guy, and then I think the devil possesses him, and then he has to, I guess, do the deed with the right woman to produce the Antichrist. And just that's another movie I have problems with. Okay. Oh, they have to make it complicated. I don't want dinner parties. You can have a dinner party if there are 2 more movies coming after this one. Okay. If this is the final conflict, I don't want to see him having cocktails and British Barbara Walters and all this other nonsense. It's because they don't want to spend the money. That's what's going on here, okay? Oh, look. And now he's getting along with her son. I'm telling you, this is reminding me of Superman 3. You know, remember that movie?
Yeah, you're right. I hadn't thought about that.
He's got, he's got the single mom. She's a widower. Or the widow, and look, he's getting along well with her son, and it's like, hey, I can have a family right here, and like, what is Damien doing? Is this for appearances, or does he really like her? I guess he likes her. I don't know.
Well,
I feel
what
kind of
can she
bad
give
actually.
him?
Maybe that would have been maybe he just she should have just hung it up, and he could have gotten married, help raise her son with her. I mean, this could have been a nice little happy story. Could have been a Hallmark movie. This was an almost Hallmark movie right here. Okay.
Yeah, even the Rottweilers being nice.
Even the Rottweilers being nice. You're right. It's like
Rottweilers are very good dogs. They're very, very good dogs.
Yeah, they're very
They're
good,
just
except
not.
that
They're not a dog for everybody, but they
except
are
when they're
good dogs.
attacking Gregory Peck in the first movie.
Yeah.
When they're attacking Conan's dad in Conan the Barbarian. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I know you only remember Conan the Destroyer. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go.
I did notice that from that dinner party in the last scene, Damien's buddy there with the glasses, his wife is still pregnant, but towards the end of the movie, the baby's born, so that does show some passage of time.
Yeah.
So it could, that's what, like a couple, 3 months maybe?
Yeah, no, there's passage of time here. Yeah. It
doesn't always seem like it, but yeah, just that hit me this time around watching it.
If this had just been a like I said, another part in the ascent of Damien, I wouldn't have had as many problems with this. But instead, they just have to wrap it up, and I think and don't get me started on the killing the child of Nazareth stuff later in the movie. I'm gonna tear that apart. But look at Damien, and now he's looking all sickly, and evil, right? Because he's hearing the word of the word, right?
Ooh.
Look at him.
Yeah, does look a little green there around the gills.
Yeah, look, his hair is not kind of getting messed up. I don't think she's bad looking. She's got nice cheekbones, right? You're just...
She's no Reese Witherspoon. I'm just
You're not
saying.
liking the serious 80s career woman in the suit, right? That's not who Damien's going to go.
She looks like she's about 80.
Hey! Don't look that old.
That's a good-looking dog. I like that dog.
Yeah, it's a good boy.
All right. Sorry, I couldn't take him out. There were I couldn't get close enough. There was a woman and a boy of about 11. How many other kids are gonna die as a result of your inaction, pal? That was
Really.
the time to
I
strike.
mean, people like in London apparently get stabbed every day. No one's really going to notice it, right?
Listen, it doesn't matter, okay? Yeah, you're gonna have to go to jail. I'm sorry, you're not getting off the scot-free, but you will stop the any. I have another question too, Crispy. You've
How
watched these, right?
dedicated are you to doing this? Really,
According to the first movie, all the daggers had to be entered into him, right? In a particular order on a church altar, and then in these sequels, just one stabbing will do it. How does that happen? Like, how is he like weaker as an adult than he was as a child? Does that make any sense to you?
No, not at all.
Well, he does say he grows weaker since the Nazarene has been born.
You know how I would have ended it with the one of the guys finally getting close enough to stab him, and it turns out those things never really had an effect on him at all, right? Okay.
Well, that would have been a bad joke. Then, like, what? These are supposed to work? Nope, doesn't happen.
Well, we weren't sure if to be fair, those it was like what is it? Those were kind of thrown out of the official Bible because they were non-canon. It's like how there's stuff that was entered in, stuff that wasn't. I guess that was like it was some Gnostic scripture they got it from or something. I don't know. I don't like his secretary at all. I mean, am I wrong? Is it like Damien's underlings in this seem a bit weaker?
Yeah.
They're not. They were more impressive in part 2, like Mr. Evil, Father Brady there, or Dad Brady from the second movie. He just looked evil. And it looked like if you tried fighting, we could probably take you on. Okay, none of these are shrimps. Okay, I'm not trying to be mean here. That I'm sorry, I'm looking at the set. Think about over in England, you had this. Is Syrian in the house tonight? Because I was saying you had what? You had this channel or two others. If you were lucky, there'd be an episode of Blake 7 on opposite this, right? Or you'd be stuck watching this. I'm just
7.
saying.
I haven't seen Sir Ian since we started Omen month. Maybe he's not an Omen fan.
Oh man, they come on. A lot of them take place in England.
They do. You know, I watched the Siskel and Ebert review of this film.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't care about spoilers back in the day, but they showed 2 scenes. I'm like, you're showing like 2 of the big scenes? They showed the scene. They're like, this one scene where this priest tries to kill Damien while he's being interviewed on British television by a female reporter who he later has a relationship for. Let's just roll the entire scene. And they show it, and they show him falling and getting, you know, like burned and everything. Yeah. And then they show the scene with the horse and the dogs. They show that entire scene. Why are you showing those scenes? Isn't that kind of being like spoilery?
Yeah, they didn't like the movie.
No, they did not. And it's got a 5.6 on IMDb, a 34% on Metacritic, and
nobody likes the movie.
5% on Rotten Tomatoes.
See, I liked part 2. I know you were mixed on it. I do like part 2. Okay, this is kind of funny. I'm sorry. And why? If this is the problem, I'm laughing at these guys getting mutilated here, and I'm supposed to be on the side of the priests. Okay, and it's not working. Okay, it's just like, oh, Damien, look out! And then he calls, "Duel!" And you know what? I'll be blunt. I don't even think this is Damien or the devil's mischief doing this. I think this is just ineptitude that caused this guy to die. What? You didn't get covered in plastic, and now the plastic is wrapped around him, and he's
burning up.
Plastic is burning him up, and it's like. I kind of like the interview, though. He was saying, with young people, we say, I know you have to be like us. And, you know, I'm like, I'm nodding along. I'm thinking he's got a point, you know? Stop trying to turn me into some kind of boomer at like 12, you know? That's what he was saying. Don't make them do that to you. Okay. Yeah, he's not recovering from that. Where's the Pope in all this? Did he authorize this, or are these guys working on their own? They explain that?
No.
Just like a splinter group.
Or independent.
Yeah, independent. I don't know.
Yeah,
like
an independent faction.
Yeah,
they're independent Reformed Roman Catholic.
I don't know, because I'm wondering. It's like, oh, hey, Damien Thor's the Antichrist. Well, Damien Thor was my friend in the you know, I'm expecting like some bishop to say, I don't know. It's okay, so now we get the reconstituted story about the 7 blades and gave them to my father to destroy me. My, you know, my true father protect me.
You know, and again, the secretary's just like, he's like, okay, cool. We'll just find the other 6 knives. And yeah, cool. Yeah, people are always sending priests out to kill people. Yeah, cool. Yeah.
I have a question. Okay. If you're the Prince of Darkness here, okay, you're going to have this Weasley dude with the glasses as your secretary, or you're going to have like a hot, like, assassin woman as your secretary. Okay.
Yes.
I'm just trying to figure this out. I don't know. I mean,
yeah.
Or have the dude that played the the alien shapeshifter on the X-Files. The guy that looks like a brick shit house, basically.
Oh,
I'm just saying, have a tough guy. Okay, I instead it's this guy. I don't like him, and he's talking about his newborn son and all this other nonsense. I'm like, come on, I'm trying to conquer the world and spread eternal darkness, and you're wanting to give me a cigar for your newborn son. It's ridiculous. Okay, I'm just. This is terrible. I don't. This is. I'm talking too much, aren't I? I'll just.
Yeah, Chris P. Boomer and I aren't trying to shut you up tonight. We just feel free to talk.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Here's what I want to say right now. You are wasting my time with scenes like this. Okay.
This is not a long movie. This is like 1 hour and 50 minutes.
I think that's 20 minutes too long, considering what we get. I think 90 minutes. This
Yeah,
is just the Rottweilers there again. Yes. Is this Damien? No, that's not Damien. Who is this? Was that his butler?
Yes.
Does he have an evil butler? Is that the butler from the first movie?
Well,
that should just be the same Thorn
so.
butler that's basically been with him the whole time. I don't know.
I like his cardigan.
Yeah, right.
No, I do like that cardigan. I have one that looks an awful lot like it.
All right, I believe you. Well, I'm expecting him to have guys in military uniforms around him. He's like Blofeld or something. I'm not.
Blofeld.
He lives in this empty house. Yes, like he's running a Spectre-like organization. I don't know, or at least like one of the lesser tier Bond villains. They still had guys in body armor and machine guns. I don't. Nothing. I'll be good.
Why does he have a massively large crucifix in his house?
This is another thing too. He goes on these rants against the Son of God. Okay, he's screaming at him, but he's not getting any answers back. And is he in communication with the devil as well, or is he also in the dark about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not seeing a lot of supernatural stuff in this, or preternatural. It's all like at the end we see something. And I'm going to go on the biggest rant at the end, but we'll get there. Okay. Paradise of Pain.
Yeah, I don't think that sounds too good.
Hell festers in the bowel of the earth, and there is only one hell. The leaden monotony of human existence. I'm telling you. That's a way with words, okay? The monotony of human existence. You go to the store for the turkey pot pie, Hot Pockets, and they're all out. And that's the monotony of human existence, right? I'm just...
Yeah, turkey pot pies and Hot Pockets there, Boomer?
No, I don't know. I'm just...
Is there a shortage of Hot Pockets right now?
They give you less Count Chocula in the bag now with the cereal because, they know it's a specialty item. That's the monotony of experience. Okay.
All the one store that had Count Chocula sold out. That was the first one. They still got Blueberry and Frankenberry.
Yeah, I'll try Blueberry next. I did the Frankenberry. I've never seen Yummy Mummy. That's a myth. Okay, I've never seen it.
I've seen it once.
Okay.
It was Yummy Mummy and Brute Fruit. They were right next to each other. It was years ago.
I want to think I saw Brute Fruit once, but I don't know. And Yummy Mummy, that's an urban legend. Okay, I guess you've seen it though. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, once. That's it. That's the only time I've ever seen it, other than pictures.
Wouldn't this have been more horrific if it had been like one of the priest assassins he had caught? He had crucified him in his basement, and he was talking to him like this.
Yeah. I mean, this is just a weird scene, okay? Like, he's actually, I'll say this though. He wants a conversation with Jesus. He wants Jesus to come down and start talking to him, okay? And This is not going to happen. Okay, but he pricked his hand on the thorns. Now he's talking to Satan, but again, I'm not hearing anything from that side either. Okay,
Guess it wasn't in the budget. They just said talk to yourself and make it look like you're having a conversation with somebody.
I mean, I don't know, how would you have done that, right? Would you had like a guy in a bad
First time I saw it, I thought the crucifix was bleeding, but I think he made himself bleed.
Yeah,
he made himself bleed. That's why I'm saying it might have been interesting. That I'll get to the end later, but anyway, it would have been interesting if, like, maybe they cast an actor as Satan, like maybe Bill Cosby. I'm just saying. Remember, you ever see Bill Cosby was the devil in a movie? Remember?
That's right. Devil and Max Devlin.
Yes, I remembered that. Yes. Have you ever seen The Devil and Max Devlin? Daniel Herron.
No,
it was actually a Disney. It was actually, I think it was one of those weird 70s Disney movies. And it was all about how if, this guy gets, he dies and he goes to the bad place, and the devil, as played by Bill Cosby, says, "Hey, listen, I'll make you a deal. If you can corrupt 3 people and get their souls to me, I'll return you to Earth." Okay. And it's all about him befriending these people. And then at the end, he can't do it. Okay. He helps them out and like trying to get them to sell the soul, but then he can't have them sell the soul, even though he's helping them other ways. He says, "I can't do it." And then, well, you'll figure it out if you ever watch it. I don't know.
I got to take Elizabeth out real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. It's fine. It's okay. We got telescope scenes to talk about. The priests are with the scientists. Okay.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I'm not. Hey, we can we? You know what you could have done with those knives? Hear me out, okay? Couldn't you have melted them down and made bullets out of them, and then like shot them out of a sniper rifle?
Yeah, but that would have made too much sense.
I'm just saying. You got to up your game here, okay? If you couldn't stab him when he was like 3 years old, what makes you think you're going to be doing it now when he's like at the height of his power and like a respected member of the world political community? It's like it's just. Plus, he can control animals and things, and just
yeah.
What are we seeing here? Why are the stars going this fast? I guess it's a miracle, right? Is that what we're witnessing?
It's supposed to be like the Star of Bethlehem again.
Okay, yeah, okay. So that makes sense. All right.
Yeah.
I'm just... You're not having a good night's sleep.
Nope.
That's actually a good piece of score, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, it's like something out of Ben-Hur. It's like...
To me, it was a little Star Trek-y because of the star and the music.
You're probably right. It probably is more like out of Star Trek.
Yeah.
Actually, Jerry Goldsmith did write the score to Star Trek V, didn't he?
I don't know if 5. I know it was.
He did 5. He did 1 and 5 of the old crew, and then
I remember he did 5. And he had to do First Contact too because he reused the Klingon theme.
He did.
Damien, what do you think of Velociraptors?
Yeah, I know. Come on. He's young in this, though. I'll give him that. Okay.
Yeah.
I assume they say he's 32. I'm assuming he's going to become, again, because Christ died at 33. I'm wondering if was another, if they're trying to make the connection there. He's like the same age. Just,
yeah.
Oh, you're so young, though. Oh, look, here we go. The British reporter woman. How old was she at the time of this? I'm wondering. Now I got to find out.
Yeah,
it's going to bug me. Is she too old?
Let's see.
Wikipedia, you going to look that up? All right.
Yeah, I'm looking up on IMDb.
I'm wondering how old she was at the time of this movie.
Let's photos. I think find those. All right, here we go. Lisa Harrow, and she, at the time she was 43, so about 1980. So she was about 37.
So she's a bit older than him in this. She's like 5 years older than him. Oh well, Macron dated older too, right? So,
Yeah. Let's see, Sam Neill. Yep. Yeah, Sam Neill. He would have been 33 when he filmed this, so he's only just playing a year older than his actual character.
Couldn't he like send a letter to like the Vatican saying, "Hey, those daggers are Thorne family property. We're going to sue you if you don't get them back to us." I think we could end this movie right there. Okay. Here we go. No. No. Now this is like turning into a Superman movie. He's draining me of power. So the Nazarene will be born again. That's what he's saying, right? So if you know your Bible, you know that's not how it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And you would think Damien would know because he had a copy of it on him. Did he flip to the wrong book? I don't know. It's like, oh. So Daniel, first impressions. When did you watch this movie?
Yesterday.
What'd you think?
Bad TV movie.
It's just not. Well, apparently the next one is a TV movie in this series. I'll watch that on my own maybe if I have time before the next rewatch. I'll let you know how it was. We're not going to bother with that one.
Yeah, I have like an odd thoughts on the score. I like the score in of itself. It feels out of place with the other two, though. And maybe that's a good thing that the tone is completely different.
Yeah,
but because like I got all three of them, in the box set, and listen to the first one and the second one, and then the third one. I'm like, is this the right CD? Did this put the wrong CD in the wrong box? And because without seeing the movie, I'd been listening to the soundtrack a couple of years before I saw the film, and it doesn't quite feel like the same series.
No,
I'm not saying it's not a good score. It's got the high religiosity to it that the other two they're just demonic, like hardcore.
Yeah,
I don't feel like I'm gonna burn in hell when I listen to the soundtrack. I listen to the first two, I'm like, oh, I gotta go to confession.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you're in the car, you're humming along the Ave Satanas, and then you're like, oh, not a good thing to be listening to while driving because the thing's gonna the telephone pole is gonna fly out and just strike me in the chest or something. I don't know.
Gonna fly off the car in front of me, come through the windshield. Yeah,
exactly. Something's gonna happen. It's like so this is like religious music. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's beautiful. I'm just oh man, this is the. Like, am I supposed to feel scared here? Are you getting any kind of creepy vibe from any of this? Right?
Not really.
Yeah, slightly. It's the music. If you took the music out, it wouldn't be creepy at all.
So here we got the three priests going after him. Okay, and we see Damien walking around. And look, there's a switch room. Let's stab him. I don't understand. Did he use like some kind of like magic to make the other guy look like him? Is that what happens here? Because that was him. I just saw him a minute ago. Okay, boy, they're really going to town.
Dang.
Heavy breathing. Open it up. What's going on here? No.
Wrong guy.
Why'd they drop the knife after this? Okay.
I'd be hanging into it.
Did he fall down into some pit?
He's lucky he survived that fall.
Down there, it's our only way out.
Like, really, they're going underground? From the previous two films, that hasn't worked? Trying to escape underground?
This is they've learned nothing. Okay.
Yeah.
There's no way out.
Telling you, I know there are at least 7 Swiss guardsmen in the Vatican who would know how to handle edged weapons.
I know. Look at this.
And they would gladly do whatever the Pope asked them to do.
I have a question here. That whole grating thing, they can't lift that up. Did it just turn to stone or something, and now they can't remove it? I think if they worked at that, they could probably get out of there. Okay, I'm sorry. Is it supernaturally sealed, or is the evil sealing it or whatever? I'm just not supernatural, but
I watched one YouTube reviewer who talked about this film, and he said this is where he completely checked out of the film, where they go and kill all the children that were born.
Worst part of the movie, yes.
He's like, I can't get on board with that. I just can't. I just like, no, this, I just can't go along with that.
One, it doesn't make sense. Two, of course, no one likes to see babies getting murdered, obviously, but it doesn't even make sense. Okay. We need something new and horrible and terrifying. Okay. Let's have a bunch of kids get killed. And of course, if you know your New Testament, you know that Jesus escaped that anyway. So it's not going to.
Yeah,
do something else.
Had to slaughter the innocent. Yeah.
Yes.
Only there, I think it was any child under 6 months of age.
Oh, was anyone under 6 months of age? That's right.
Yeah.
Not the firstborn. That was Pharaoh. Okay. Oh no.
No, there's the dogs.
Okay.
Those are some well-trained dogs if they stayed in the group.
Hi. It's Omen III, the final conflict. I know you're expecting World War V or whatever, but no. It's gonna be it's gonna be a fox hunt. You get a nice fox hunt scene. We know people who watch Omen movies have been wanting to see a fox hunt scene in an Omen movie.
I can't wait to see a fox hunt in the next Indiana Jones film.
Don't joke. It will happen, okay? There'll explicitly be a fox hunt scene with CG dogs and a CG fox and like sword fighting with the CG fox on top of 2 speeding cars or something. I don't know, because reasons. All right. Hi. All right, we're going to give you this fox to let out to be a decoy. I have to admit, though, they're letting a girl fox hunt, Huh?
That's a dude.
No, the other one, the one next to him. Is that she's a woman, right? I think, or a young girl. You'll get bloodied. And I'm like, what is bloodied? Was this still a quaint British custom in 1981? Again, I wish Sarian were here, but oh well.
I think they outlawed it in the late 80s or early 90s.
So this was still going on. Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, when was the last time you heard of someone having a fox hunt?
Well, I had one last week, but,
I kind of like foxes.
Yeah, I do too.
I watched.
Usually, the way the fox dies is just has a heart attack from being ran down.
Yeah, you think I might have a?
Yeah,
if I had a bunch of hounds on me and I was a small
generally
animal.
how the fox died was from heart attacks.
How often do you get to see a fox son on the screen? Come on, look at that. You like the music for this, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good piece. It's got momentum to it, but it doesn't feel like it belongs in an Omen movie.
I don't know. Like, I'm expecting Roger Moore to pop out as James Bond somewhere.
Roger Moore?
I don't know. None of this makes any sense.
Wasn't there a fox hunt scene in View to a Kill?
There probably was. That's probably why I'm thinking this.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's here. There probably was a fox hunt scene in View to a Kill.
There was.
Okay, yeah, one of those. Now, I need to rewatch those Roger Moore. I need to rewatch all the Bond movies at some point, but I look at this. All right, we're going to get him this time. This is a foolproof plan. Let's just make sure we do it on a high ridge somewhere where he can, knock us off to our deaths. Anyway, I'm just...
Yeah, it went from blue sky to overcast in an instant. They must be in Nebraska.
Yeah, funny. I have to say, in my opinion, this point in the movie is the closest we see to Damien actually getting killed. Okay, do you understand what I'm saying? This feels like they almost got him, right?
I don't know. I don't think they're anywhere close to getting him.
Yeah, if you have a shotgun, here's an idea. You could try shooting him, but the bullets won't kill him. It'll probably still knock him down for a few minutes, and then you can stab him, okay? You think of that? Huh?
You'd think the gunshots would have given them away.
I'm going to say this. I was watching an anime that everyone keeps recommending, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. There's a scene in it, right, where there's basically vampires in it, and the vampire goes up to the young man, and the young man pulls out a Tommy gun and goes to town on the vampire with it. And I was like, that scene made it. That's what you do, okay? And maybe, yeah, that technically can't kill the vampire, but can at least knock the wind out of him for a few minutes, right? I don't. Okay, here, come follow the scent of this dead fox, right? Would this work, Daniel? You know dogs pretty well.
Okay, there's two groups of dogs. That's
why. You'd have a good chance of it working. Especially the blood smell would be very fresh and strong.
How many hounds are there?
It looked like there was two groups.
Do you have the Who Let the Dogs Out song playing in your head now? I'm sorry.
Now this bridge right here, I said, man, this had to be like a set. But no, this is like 100-foot bridge up in the air.
Wow.
That's an impressive bridge. I wish I had.
And Vic Armstrong, who was Harrison Ford's stunt double with Indiana Jones so much of the time, is the guy that did the fall. And he said it was the scariest fall he ever did because it was the highest fall he ever did.
This would have been a good set piece for an Indiana Jones movie. So on this bridge,
like
he's fighting the Germans.
Or a James Bond film.
Yeah.
And Sam Neill almost became James Bond.
He would have worked the same Bond, I think, maybe.
I think
it would have been different, but yeah. Like around this age, I could have seen it maybe.
Guys, hey. Yeah.
They sense the dogs on the screen, don't they? All right, so he's spooking the horse. Spooks the horse. Oh, I forgot. We forgot he has power over animals. Maybe this was not such a good idea. I'm sorry. I know it's not funny. All right, I'm gonna take you and your 24 dogs there. I don't who this actually they weren't close here. You know you can throw a dagger. It is possible. You could try. Throw the dagger. Okay, goodbye. Oh, I locked the door. Crap. Okay, goodbye. I'm done. There's no suspense here. These guys just suck. They don't know what they're doing.
Failed again. So they're down what? 5 guys now?
I think they're down to 1 priest now. I think that everyone else is done. They start out with 7. Yeah, they sent 3 after him in that ancient monastery place wherever they went, and that didn't work. And the 2 of them got sealed under. You maybe go check on your friends, see if they're stuck somewhere in a pit somewhere.
Yeah.
Huh? You think you could do that? Maybe keep tabs on where they were going. Oh, here we go. The kid might be. I'm telling you, I'm getting a Superman 3 vibe off of this. Like the kid, hey, I'm cool with the Antichrist. You know, it's like I like you more than my mom. Okay, that's what he's basically saying in this.
Here, he's actually kind of creepy.
Who, Damien?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should have had more moments like this, right? I don't know.
We should have.
Okay, so here comes the copter. And of course, the trailer is a big fake out for this movie because we get to see this scene with him screaming to his followers, right? And I'm thinking, okay, this is his army, okay? You know, his army is going to rise up and try to conquer the world, that sort of thing. No, just go out and kill a bunch of babies. Okay, that's basically what we get. Okay.
That's pretty macabre, though.
It's macabre, but just.
Speaking of such things, have y'all, and I don't want to get into this because it's just too upsetting for me, but have y'all heard the latest news about a certain someone in the United States who has a very high paid government job who doles out money for people to do experiments?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Not cool.
Yeah. And when I saw that scene with the dogs, I'm like, man, if I could just like cut this clip out and superimpose someone's head on the priest's head.
Yep.
That would get like a bazillion YouTube views.
Maybe he'll be questioned about that next time he's in front of of our elected officials. Maybe
that just tore me up for like 2 days hearing that. I'm just, oh Lord,
it's awful.
Yeah, I didn't like him before. I like him even less now.
Yeah, like motherfucker. If that happened to you, I'm not losing sleep over it, and I'm leaving it there.
Wow, that's a lot of people. Okay, there was those 2 little kids there. I didn't miss that first time.
There are a bunch of kids here, man. It's like, hey, bring the family. It's like I don't understand this. Or do they just show up on their own? They're being truant and like, I'm going over to Ted's house for a sleepover. Let's go see the Antichrist. Okay, I don't know.
They do show up to kill a child here in a couple minutes.
Yeah, there's a priest. There's a priest there. There's a nurse. There's like.
So does that priest drown the baby in the baptismal font?
They don't even show what happens.
I thought he choked it.
He could have smothered the child, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. What's coming up is just,
montage of creepiness.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. This is not. I feel bad because Sam Neill, great actor and great in this. I just everything else is a failure. Okay, this is like, Oh, that's what they were saying. We hear, we hear, we hear. I'm expecting him to say, "Can you dig it?"
Yeah. Yeah, listen up, suckers.
That's from the movie The Warriors, Daniel. I may have to force you to watch this at some point. I believe Tangerine Dream did some of the score to that. I have the score to The Warriors, actually. It's got a good soundtrack too, though. It's got good songs in it.
Yeah, yeah. It's the first time I've ever heard "In the City" from Joe Walsh was in that movie.
It's so bizarre because basically Cyrus, the guy that's organizing, he's basically a supervillain. That's what I'm getting. He's like a Lex Luthor, you know. He's hey, what if all the gangs in New York just all started working together and we could just take over the city?
Yeah, pretty much. You got to give the guy from being charismatic.
Yes, I liked him a lot. It's all right. So pick up my dry cleaning. I had to bury a bloodied a priest that was mauled by dogs. Got blood all over my suit jacket. Okay, you know I don't like. Is that what he's bringing to the dry cleaner? Like, is he like cleaning up?
I mean, that's just me. I'd throw it out.
I don't know. Pick up my dry cleaning. Is that what's the show? Look, he's so normal, except he's evil. He works for someone evil. I don't care if you don't want to do it. I don't give a shit.
If you're a hardcore Antichrist follower, I mean, are you going to be bitching about what you're being told to do? I mean,
are people just that bored that they have nothing? I mean, come on. What do you think's going to happen?
Well, they ain't got no internet back in 1981, Boomer.
And that right there is probably the closest thing to a cell phone they have.
Yeah, I mean, they ain't got no TikToking.
They ain't got no, is this a bones or no bones day, right? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm telling you, Daniel, if you ever need to start another channel, dog videos, okay? Very popular. Very popular. If like you can have all does anything weird or something, you could just have her on for like a minute, just a minute, and you know that would be your TikTok. You could dog videos. Dog videos are popular. Okay. All right, here we go.
Okay. Yeah, there's the kids with the ball there.
I heard that TikTok is ruining an entire generation of children.
How hard did they hit her? And it's like, oh no, they knew exactly where to hit. I'm like, at first I thought, is this just an accident? Is this another? Because here's another thing in these movies that doesn't make sense. Is it like some kind of fated thing? This stuff happens. Is it the devil? Is it the Antichrist pulling the strings with these accidents? And I guess okay, here it was the kids. Okay, I don't. They don't explain anything. Is it the fact that it's better if we have people do the bad stuff, even though the Antichrist could probably just snap his fingers and they all? I don't know. I just. They don't explain what happens here. I know something's bad going to happen because I saw him at the rally the other night. Okay, but it's like, what does he do? See her face. It looks like something bad's happened. They don't say what he did. I mean, maybe they can't. Was that scene cut out? I should see if this in the deleted scenes. Maybe they have like him just. I don't know. What are those? The British version of the Boy Scouts? Oh no! Wait, that's the UN Youth Council kids. Okay.
That one reviewer just really did not like any of these scenes.
It's terrible. That's why the nurse, you know.
That one's particularly gruesome.
Yeah, it's Oh, she doing something with the pressure in the room.
I kind of got the impression it was on maybe like a preemie and to turn down the life support.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe turn down the oxygen in the tank for the incubators. That's what it is. They will put them in like incubators, and she turn the air down.
Okay, like the infant mortality rate shoots up in a week. Is that going to be a news story on her little show there? I don't know. Manchester, Leeds, Liverpool.
Glasgow.
Liverpool, that's where the Beatles were from, right?
Were they?
I thought so. Again, there's no Ian in tonight, so he can't answer our questions. Team Ghost Plant recommends Highway to Hell rewatch. Is that a movie? That was an AC/DC song, right?
Yeah. Definitely AC/DC song.
So you're a Marvel guy, Daniel. I'm still trying to get through that. Okay. Who's your favorite DC character, at least? Tell me that. Do you have a favorite? One that doesn't seem as bad?
I've got some of the Demon comics by Jack Kirby. He seems kind of cool.
Yeah, I like the Demon. He's interesting.
I like him because he's just different from anything else I got.
He would show up on like the DC cartoons. He didn't have his own show, but he would show up on like a Batman episode or a Justice League episode. He'd show up.
Oh, you're talking about the Demon Etrigan?
Demon Etrigan, yep.
Yeah. He was in some stuff related to John Constantine on the cartoons.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Because he they showed his origin real quickly. He betrayed King Arthur for Morgan Le Fay, and then she betrayed him. Remember, that was a thing. And then Merlin cursed him. I think that's what happened. Merlin got angry and said, "You're not getting off this easy with just dying." You know?
Oh.
Yeah, because he was introduced in the Batman animated series.
He was, and then he shows up again on Justice League. Yeah.
Yep. And then he was in a couple of the Justice League movies.
Gotcha. It makes sense that he'd be in with the more occult stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Again, I'm talking about consistency. Like, this guy can just walk around, nothing happens to him. This priest. And he can go and form a bunch of people. I don't know. Oh, but I forgot. Damien says his power is waning because the Nazarene is coming back. That's right. Okay. So you don't like her at all, Daniel, huh? No.
I don't care for her.
Okay. She
seems stuffy.
Well, yeah. She's stuffy. I don't know.
She reminds me of Dr. Pulaski from second season of Next Generation.
Yeah. Yeah, there was never any sexual tension between her and Picard. I remember that. There was just I didn't get a feeling they liked each other too much. Actually, it was just. Did they ever explain on TNG why Beverly is not there for like a season, but Wesley's still on the ship?
Well, she went back to Starfleet Medical to teach, and he stayed on the Enterprise for career opportunities, I guess.
Okay. Wesley did. Okay. Because you gotta get some hands-on experience for applying to Starfleet Academy. And then there was an episode where him and the cadets had that horrible accident, right? And then
Yeah.
I think Wesley just became a disappointment to everybody.
I never really liked the character, and I don't like Will Wheaton at all.
No, definitely not. This is terrible. It feels like they were just throwing darts at a storyboard, like different storyboards. Okay, you know, all right, we can either do the death of the firstborn sons, or we can do the or you do the plague apocalypse, or like they didn't know what to do. It feels like in this movie they didn't know what to do.
Siskel and Ebert said they were expecting like a special effects heavy final fight between Damien and
Jesus. That's what I mean. I don't.
And they said it didn't happen, and we're just like, why? Like, this is it. Like,
it would have been interesting if there had been like hordes of angels and demons going. I'm not seeing that here. It's
well, like a Infinity War throwdown of the Omen, right?
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, sir, that's not in the budget. It's not in the budget. Then don't make that kind of movie. Okay, just make it another one of these. I'm doing my mechanizations to become the world leader, and you could have gotten a couple more movies out of that. Okay, but no, because he's not even there yet. He's not. It's not like right now the world is saying Damien Thorne is the leader of the world and is going to bring about peace and prosperity, and we can give up on all the old religions and Christianity, and we'll persecute Christians. And you know what I'm saying? You're not seeing any of that here. Okay. You're not seeing any of that big threat, and it's.
You also started the film out with a little commercial talking about everything that Thorne Industries does, but then that's it. You don't get back to that.
Well, no, I was expecting, because remember, it's set up in part 2 that Thorne could end up controlling a lot of the world's food supply. Yeah. Damien's he could become a military commander or own armies. I mean, they're setting things up for him to just keep ascending and becoming, the ruler of the world. And then we don't get that here. He's futzing around as an ambassador and as a UN youth council leader, and that would have been fine as like just another stepping stone movie, okay? But that's not what we get. This is supposed to be the big final conflict, as the title says, and it's the final conflict is him getting a knife in the back, and then boom, and then a visage of Jesus shows up. We don't see anything else. There, I spoiled the end. Okay, and that's it.
Spoilers.
Like I'm gonna get there too. I'm giving that. I was expecting. First, I didn't understand what was going on here, but okay. It's interesting. Her son is loyal to Damien, which is interesting. That's an interesting part of the script, okay?
It is.
I might have been a big shocking thing at the end if, like, the son betrays the mother to stand at Damien's side and it ends there, That might have been kind of interesting, okay?
Or what if the son had killed Damien with a dagger to take his place?
To take his place as what?
As Antichrist.
No, that doesn't. How does that work?
I don't know. I'm not the Antichrist. I don't have these answers. I'm just saying from like.
Now I'm thinking of like on The Sopranos when AJ is saying we had to learn about Sacco and Vendetti, or the three Antichrists. She says it's the three anarchists. No, three Antichrists. How can there be three Antichrists? There was only one Christ. You know, it's just this. It's just. No, it's not a torch that gets passed on unless maybe that's where they're going. I don't know. Sam Neill was not contracted to do more. Is that what happened here?
Or what if, because, if you go back to the first one, you could play the whole thing like, is he really the Antichrist, or is this just like a bunch of weird shit that's going on and people are just buying into it?
No, it doesn't work after part 2.
It doesn't work after part 2. But what if part 2 had been done the same way?
Frankly, you're stretching with part 1. The part, okay. You just ignore. Well, I think they're ignoring part 2 anyway because they brought the Rottweilers back. We were supposed to get a different animal for each movie,
like gorillas
or howler monkeys. I don't know. Just how about a ferret? How about evil ferrets? Huh?
Evil ferrets. Okay.
No. I decide who's dangerous.
I don't see him having the balls to confront him like that.
Everyone under him is so Weasley. Okay, what was terrifying about the first 2 movies is that the people under him aren't Weasley, and they'll be willing to fight and even kill and maybe. Well, I don't know what their intent probably isn't to die for him, but they'll mess you up. Like even the nanny in the first one, the governess, she's terrifying. Okay. All right. So now the kid's following him around town. Okay. Again, where is this all headed? And people, the world's falling apart. London looks pretty nice to me right now. Okay, I'm just saying.
And
I wouldn't mind living there.
Too.
Okay, people in nice houses, driving nice cars, going on fox hunts. This is not end times. I'm sorry. This is not. This is. They show some video footage at the beginning, and I get it. Throwing things in the streets in different parts of the world. Okay, but this. Honey, I'm home. Oh, we haven't gotten to the part with the iron yet. Okay. Like you. Okay. So. I guess he's sleeping on the couch tonight, huh? I don't know. It's just.
Did either one of y'all watch Mindhunter on Netflix?
No. What is that?
It's about the start of the FBI psychological profiling division.
Oh, I heard of that.
Yeah,
I heard of it though.
Well, they're kind of like they're not following the I call him the Burger King killer, but like the BTK killer out of, I think, Oklahoma.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Well, anyways, his wife walks in on him dressed up in women's underwear, watching porn and strangling himself in the bathroom. And I mean, that's not something you want to get caught doing, let's just be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I want to make it okay. Yeah, I'm just saying. If he wasn't wearing the women's underwear, would that have been okay? I'm just saying.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I'm not into that weird stuff like you young people are.
Whatever. You know what? You're just repressed. And we're all pressed because you're repressed. There you go. Okay. All right. What do we got?
I thought something was going to come of this scene more than what came of it. I thought there's going to be some kind of like creature in the water.
Yeah, I know. Like, what? A creature in the water?
Yeah. He's saying like old Nick is in the water. And I'm like,
what, like a sharktopus or something? Like, what were you?
I don't know.
Loch Ness monster.
Yeah, like the Loch Ness monster. Nessie's under control of the Antichrist, and he can call her at his will, and she'll. That would be funny, yeah, right? Like there's like Nessie is like he's on top of Nessie leading the army to take over the world. I'm sorry. This is just, and here, she's looking up at him, and it's like, was he casually looking over? Did he try and kill her on purpose?
I thought he was gonna let her die initially.
Is this like him like wanting to save her life, so like she owes him, and like so he can get some action finally? I don't understand this. I don't understand this movie. Come on, Daniel. She's the British Barbara Walters. Okay.
Yeah, no, sorry.
How about you, Chris P? Huh? I'm just. You found the stepmom better looking in the second movie, didn't you? I have that feeling.
She had some cute outfits though in the second movie.
Yeah. Okay. All right. This is the uncomfortable scene, right? Where
Remember, this is called adult relations right here.
Yeah. Well, there's gonna be
when
adult
a guy
relations
really likes a girl
that are outlawed in some states.
It was all consensual.
Yeah, there's an adult situation that I think has been outlawed in some states, or at least it was. Okay, I'm just saying. All right, this is.
Yeah, they signed all the forms, got their lawyers, so okay, everything, and it's all consensual.
Like the 50 Shades stuff. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's.
Dang, he's just.
The second scene where I thought, okay, he's just going to kill her.
Yeah,
but
I thought he was going to suffocate her in the pillows.
What is he doing with her?
It's called anal, I think.
No, I know that. Let's just. I wasn't trying to put a stamp on that. Okay. Anyway, I was.
Well, he put a stamp on her. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. I was. Anyway, what was I bringing up though? But my point is, no, in general, does he want a relationship with her? Is he like trying to be like Superman? He wants to live the normal life, so he gets with Lana and her son. You know, he has his nice family. You know, all ready to order. Is he using her for good press in the media? I don't understand this. Okay. Her back is all scratched up too.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up.
And I can't understand why she doesn't just get dressed and just leave. I mean, I would. I mean, Chris P, I mean, if you had a date night like that, would you just like, I'm out of here, man. I am not calling you. I'm blocking you on social media. We are over.
You could raid the fridge.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know.
Raid the fridge.
They're all like calves, hearts, and they're all over the place. There's nothing edible. It's like, look at the dog.
Nice bedroom. Nice and big. He's got furniture and a fireplace.
Got a nice house.
Yeah.
Was that the ambassador house his dad stayed in? Did they just give him the same house? Hey, here's where your dad planned to murder you when you were a kid, you know, with the knives. But, you know.
Here's where you murdered your mom. Or almost murdered
the Rottweiler's dog dies just open there.
Mm-hmm. It looks like a different house.
It does.
Yeah.
It's like old paintings on the wall.
Yeah.
I want to live in a house with a big staircase and columns. I deserve it.
I do like those columns. Those are pretty.
Yeah.
Pretty looking.
I want Renaissance art on the walls. Come on, this needs to happen. Okay. So.
And do you consider this a horror movie, Chris P. or Boomer?
Yeah, I guess the director did, and he said it was an occult movie. I don't know what that is. How about you, Chris P? What do you think?
No, I wouldn't call it horror.
Well, it's not a good horror movie, but I have to throw it in there because the other two were. I don't know. It's you got priests falling off bridges, and babies getting burned with irons. Come on,
Yeah.
All right, let's see what's inside the hair. Let's see. 666. You know what? He needs to do something about that mark. I don't know, because people keep discovering it.
Yeah, it's way too easy to find.
Why is he naked lying on the floor?
I almost wanted to say, Boomers, back to your werewolf statement. It's like he turned into a werewolf and then came back to that room and turned back to a human. That's what it almost looks like.
Maybe it's.
I mean, we've seen it in American Werewolf in London.
He likes to sleep on the hard floor. Is that the room where the giant crucifix is?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
This is just weird. This is just, now he's up. That's scary when his eyes just went open like that. He knew. Oh man, this movie's dragging out.
Well, we've got 15 minutes left.
50 minutes of your life you'll never get back. Okay, I'm sorry.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in tonight. We appreciate it.
Look, I don't know. Maybe that should be a thing. We just stop it now. That might be an idea.
You decide how it ends.
Make yourself a banana split or something. Just get. I don't. Was DeCarlo who? Just give me the truth. Look who it is. I've been spying on you. Look, I didn't know he was a priest.
Destroy your son or be destroyed. That's cold.
I have to admit, though, look at how he's looking here, and the Damien from the previous movie. He really does look like a grown-up version of that Damien, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have to admit that, yeah. Like his expressions and everything. It's pretty good.
So now Mr. Glasses thinks that Damien's, he's like, you're crazy, man. He's just crazy. He's cray.
It took you this long?
Yeah. Like, where have you been for the past hour and 34 minutes?
There's no need. Okay, if there's no need, why does he have to do it then? Well, it's a test of loyalty and none of this. What are the rules here? Like, can he just possess anybody to do whatever he wants at any moment? Then why does he need to even? I guess he has to compel people to do it, though, as part of the plan to make them evil. And I don't know. All right, she's looking at the kid, and then we see what? We see the charred baby looking back at us, and there's the dog. Oh, the dog! Oh, I see. The dog did it. Okay, it's always the Rottweilers.
And once again, Rottweilers are very fine dogs. Everyone.
Is the Rottweiler the devil? Has that been the devil the whole time? I don't know. I'm just, ew.
Yeah, that's disturbing.
Now she doesn't burn the baby alive with the iron, right? Someone just told me that doesn't happen.
She doesn't burn the baby with the iron. Baby's perfectly fine.
Okay.
Of course she does. What do you think? What else? What do you think that visage was? It was like she saw that. It's like, hey, that was interesting. I'm gonna try. I don't, dude. Happy Halloween. This is our last horror movie of the month of October.
Well, we got the remake next week.
We got the remake next week. Yes, that'll be interesting. It'll be like we're watching the same movie again. I'm sorry. What? I said what? Look at this. We have tense music. He's going to go look at something that we don't get to see. Well, what's not seen is scarier. No, not really. Not really. Okay. Even like a shot of the baby's hand or something. At least giving a hint of what he saw. And there we go. She hits him in the head with the iron, and his brain gets fried from the iron hitting him once.
I'm not sure that was hard enough hit to kill him.
This is just nothing is making sense at this point. You know what? I know the problem with this movie right now, and it's her. It really is. It's the weird pseudo love interest. We got the priest again. That picture of the Earth, that's like a mural, right? Couldn't you get that on your walls as a kid in the 70s? Get like the
Yeah, I want to say yeah, because as a kid I had a mural of Saturn and 3 moons in my room.
Oh, neat.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't like her hair.
It's like my mother's haircut. She's had her entire life.
It's No, Miss Reynolds, just take me over there. I'll take care of it. It's my sacred task that's been failed by 6 other men. Okay,
Yeah.
miserably, and I'm sure I'm not going to be the one to fail. Was he in the first movie? Was he the guy at the monastery when Gregory Peck went to visit? Isn't that what I was getting the point of? Was he there? And he's like, "Hey, oh yeah, that's the guy that caught on fire and his face got all messed up." And he pointed him over there. I think that's him, right?
I think so.
He's an older middle-aged gentleman with an Italian accent. I'm going to assume it's him. Okay.
Are we talking the same character?
I think so. He said he was in the monastery with when he
okay.
was showing Gregory Peck around. That's what he said. You think you've won, do you?
See, I think we could have something really creepy here with the boy and Damien, but they didn't. It didn't happen.
Well, let's not go there. Okay.
Well, I mean, if you're going for a creepy movie,
yeah, I know that, but again, though, with Damien, I'm not. What's his modus operandi? Like he finally got some in this movie, I guess. Did he have girlfriends on the side before? Was that a thing?
yeah, those 3 girls, those 3 cutie girls
at the party. That's what I'm saying. It's like I don't. He hadn't even turned 13 yet, and he's got all the women are like 5 of them were hanging out with him at the party, and it's like here we are. We got. Where is he? Okay, so she knows where he is. Okay. Oh, the movie's dragging at this point for me. I don't know. If you can help me now. All right. You know, it might have been interesting if the statue had come to life and just turn into become Jesus. I don't know. Maybe that wouldn't have been so cool. I don't know. Like he'd been there the whole time, listening.
Or maybe somehow the pose changes.
Yeah, I don't know.
But she does get helped out. She does lose her son. Okay, let's scratch that. Scratch that.
And that's going to bring my biggest gripe with this. With the ending, even if they were kind of going for the nice hopeful ending, they messed that up too. So of course he gets stabbed. Oh, I stabbed the wrong person.
I mean, did the knife get stuck in the boy? I mean, could he not pull it out?
Take it out, and then I don't know. It's. Well, we know who pulls it out. Okay.
Oh no, he didn't pull it out. It's still in him. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So she faced me. I don't know. I want to know what kind of orders the studio was giving this guy for this.
Do you think there was a good movie here, Boomer? That just kind of got lost somewhere?
Yes, I do. What I think this was supposed to be was another part, and this is him just doing his little ascent, okay? And like half the movie, there's like half a good movie here, I would argue. Even the part with the Vatican sending assassins or a splinter group, I don't know what they were. Okay, they the priest coming after him. You could have done that, and you could have had him ascending the power and basically getting control of the youth of the world, are now all following him, and then he runs for the Senate, and then eventually the presidency, and then eventually, hey, why not just make me president of the world, huh? Come on, Actually, just call me dictator. It's not such a bad word. Okay. Okay. So one stick of the knife and he's done. I'm not trying to. I think if you look up the word anticlimactic, this movie is there's a picture.
Yeah,
of
I was like
this movie in the dictionary next to that word. Yes,
anticlimactic. See, final conflict.
And I'm getting kind of excited here. It's like, okay, finally Jesus is showing up, and we don't get to see him really. We see some kind of visage, some outline of him.
I mean, could you imagine Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, had been like Kirk beams up on the Enterprise and he's like, fire torpedoes. And then the Reliance just gets blown up and it's like, all right, let's go home.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Even that, Okay, behold the Lion of Judah, the Messiah who came first as a child, but returns not as a child, but now as the King of Kings, to rule in power and glory forever. Yeah, I would think him. I thought Damien read the Bible over a couple hundred times. I thought he would have maybe remembered that quote. Even I knew that. Okay. Choral singing. The music's nice. Yes. Okay. Someone is carrying the body toward her. Okay. Is that her? Who's there? Who's carrying the body? Who's
the priest wasn't killed, was he?
I thought he was choked to death.
No, he just pushed him.
Is that Jesus there? Who's coming toward? Who is that? Is that the mother?
Yeah, that's the mother.
Who's holding the son? And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. There shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. that might have been interesting, even if we didn't see Jesus' face. Like if that came out, if you heard him saying that, and then the boy comes back to life, okay, and runs to the mother, okay, that might have been kind of nice.
Like world destruction going on.
No, because
it's yeah, that's got to be the priest.
Yeah, I
have expected the her son to come back to life.
I was expecting that to happen, actually. Like Jesus would actually spare him for her, and bring him back. Okay, because that might have been an interesting ending, but they didn't want. I guess they didn't want to commit to that. They didn't want to commit to anything. That was the problem with this movie. They wanted to commit to killing babies. That's what they wanted to commit to. I guess. So how'd you like it, Crispy? I'm sorry.
Like I said, it was okay. It's there.
Yeah, it's there. The Omen 3, it's there. That's what the title should have been called, okay? I'm not trying to attack it because I actually thought the director had interesting things to say, but I don't know if this was the studio cutting the budget in half. Maybe they really wanted to have an all-out, drag-out fight. I mean, I'm expecting Christians at this point. If he's in power, you need to see seeing Christians getting persecuted. You need to have famine, death, war, all this stuff all over the world. Okay, I don't. Instead, it's just I'm taking over the UN Youth Council. I'm going to be the ambassador to Great Britain, and
that never went anywhere.
I'm gonna go on a few dates with this reporter woman who's the British Barbara Walters and befriend her son. I don't know what I'm seeing here, and they were right at least about the ending, Siskel and Ebert, and I don't agree with them all the time. They're watching their old reviews is interesting though.
Siskel and Ebert.
I wonder what they gave Rambo the First Blood Part 2. I wonder what they gave that. I should look that up. I love First Blood Part 2. I'm sorry.
Well, next week, everyone, the Omen remake with who's in that movie? Reese Witherspoon in that movie, or some?
She's not.
No.
What's her name? Julia Stiles is in that movie.
And Liev Schreiber.
And Liev Schreiber. You don't like Julia Stiles that much. Okay, yeah. Well, that's who you get. There's no Reese Witherspoon. Okay. There's Liev Schreiber. He's decent. He's a good actor. He was probably a good. He's as good a replacement you get for Gregory Peck, I guess. But not that anyone can really replace Gregory Peck. But he was probably the best choice they could have gotten. You have Pete Postlethwaite is the Patrick Troughton character, and the guy that played Professor Lupin in the one Harry Potter movie. He plays the guy.
Yeah,
forget the actor's name. He was the bad guy in Wonder Woman.
Thewlis. Oh crap. David Thewlis.
Yeah. So those are actually good choices. They're decent actors in their own right.
Okay.
So.
We'll be catching that next week, everyone. Have a good Halloween. Stay safe. Adopt, Film Shop. Thank y'all for tuning in. And keep listening to great film music.
Good night.